going on, everybody? I want to welcome you to the very first episode of the recap. That is right. We are finally here. I know we've been talking about it. You've been seeing it on social media. You've been seeing it on every platform there is to see. We are here. The recap is here to tell you exactly what is going on, and we're just going to have conversations about things that have happened in the past and things that we think are going to happen in the future. All right, so I'm going to kick it off today. So I want to introduce the co-host of this show, my family. You're gonna see a lot of crazy things. We're gonna say a lot of crazy things, but we're gonna have fun at the same time. So I want to introduce you to Kay Arnold. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm all right. How about yourself?
I am doing well. So tell the folks a little bit about Kay Arnold.
Okay, so I am originally from Lorain, Ohio. Represent. I met our producers when I went to OSU, the Ohio State University. Represent. And I now live in New Orleans, Louisiana. Well, I'm saying now, but I've been here 13 years. And I'm here to be hosting the recap. Co-host.
All right. Hey, host, co-host, it don't make a difference. We all gonna have a lot of goddamn fun on the show. So now I want to introduce, as you can see, the lady in red, Miss Doreen Devine. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Hi, I am Doreen Devine. I represent the 330 Youngstown, Ohio. I went to the Ohio State University, like Kay Arnold said. That's where I met her. And I'm a woman of many talents, many jobs, and I hope that will help me with having something to say on the recap. Thanks for having me.
It is a pleasure to have you on the show. So now we got to take it to the man. As you see, got the glasses on. So that means there's going to be some intelligent conversation going on. What's going on, Adrian Williams? How you doing today, boss man?
What's happening, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Introduce yourself to the world.
Well, I'm the voice of reason. I'm just happy to be a part of the show, man. I met everybody when we started filming this show because I didn't know none of y'all before then. And so I'm originally from Lorain, Ohio. I now live in Lorain, Ohio. And I'm just happy to be a part, man. Looking forward to having fun.
Okay. Hey, that is the people that we're going to be rocking with. So you can see all of them are from Ohio. I lived in Ohio for like that amount of time. I am from the Naptown, Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm gonna try to hold it down, Naptown, because we got a lot of Buckeyes in the house tonight. So I gotta hold it down for Naptown. So if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna get into it. Let's get into that first question of the day. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna start with. I thought this would be a pretty interesting thing to talk about. Should you disclose in an interview if you're gonna cross dress? Should you disclose that to the person that you're interviewing with, that you're gonna come into work one day and not look like the person you were when I interviewed you? So we're gonna kick it off. We're gonna go to Ms. Doreen Devine on this one. What do you think of that?
Yes, I believe you absolutely should disclose this information because somebody might not know who you are when you come in. They might call security because they don't know who you are. If you dress up for the interview and you're in your suit looking like Steve, and then you come in looking like Starkeisha the first day, it might confuse everybody. So I think that you should let somebody know that information, especially if you plan on switching with how you feel. So if Monday you want to be Starkeisha, Friday you want to show up as Steve, we should know that because even though they're trying to make the bathrooms universal right now, and some have, I still think that you should disclose that information.
Okay. Where the heck did the name Starkeisha come from?
Starkeisha. I feel like that's somebody's name on YouTube or something. I feel like it's your baby mama. I think he make up. I think he make up a song like that on YouTube. I'm pretty sure.
All right. When you find that on YouTube, let us all know because we can definitely have a show around a person named Starquisha, and we can definitely talk about, and we can see if we can get that Starquisha to be on the show.
Okay.
All right, Miss K. Arnold, what do you think about that?
I'm going to disagree with my girl, my home girl, Doreen Devine. I don't think you should because it's kind of like a lot of things on the first impressions last, and so a lot of things you don't put it all out there on the first go around, and so it's the interview, and we're here to discuss how my qualification and skills is applicable to the job you're hiring for and how we can trade off. That's what we're here to discuss. And so my appearance should not weigh in factor. I used to hate having to disguise my voice as a white woman till I got the interview. Hi, Kalina Arnold here. Willing to check on my application and to schedule the interview and then get there. But if I sounded black when I called to check on the application, wasn't no interview getting ready to sketch. So I understand. I guess I'm a little well trained. I understand what it's like to have to baby step some information onto people. It's too much. It's time to be real and stop acting like what they call it, identity politics is able to dictate somebody's skill on the job. If I'm hiring for a construction worker, I don't care if you dress up as Starkeisha or Steve, wherever the hell it is. But if you still have the same genitals as your assigned at birth, I'm gonna ask you to use that bathroom until we get all these laws together, because that can get me sued as an employer. But other than that, I don't care. If you came to Steve because you thought it was a good thing to do, you know what I mean. You wasn't. I don't look at that as you tried to get over. I look at it as you wanted to be cautious. And ain't nothing wrong with that.
Okay. I can get with that. I can definitely understand that. All right, we're gonna take this one to the voice of reason. I can't wait to hear what you have to say on this conversation, sir.
Well, I didn't disclose which pot I was going to piss in, so I don't think nobody else should. No, no, I'm kidding. But honestly, man, I really think they're making it that you don't have to, but I really think you should, because what if y'all have like a business meeting, a conference roundtable or something, and they're expecting investors or something like that, and they're expecting to meet with a man, and you come in dressed up like a full woman. You know what I mean? That could just be issues all the way across the board, first of all. And second of all, like what K. Arnold was talking about, I think even before the laws and stuff are put into place, I think people with this whole, what they feel like identifying by that day or that week, I think they still have the right to be able to use whatever restroom they want to use on just the merit of them, what they identify in that day. And to me, that's kind of like messed up as a father, and stuff like that, and having a daughter and a son. I'm going to feel some type of way if I see a man walking in the bathroom behind my daughter. You know what I mean? So it's just all kind of stuff that makes me disagree with all that, man.
Yeah, man, I can definitely understand. You all three have very valid points on that, just because in the day and age that we're living in, everything is totally different than it was from when we were going to school. So a lot of the thought process on a lot of those things is not the same. Having daughters myself, I definitely understand. But my kids are grown now, and my oldest daughter is in the military, so I feel kind of sorry for the dude if you walk in on him and she gets a little startled. That may be the end of him.
She's gonna be saving Ryan's private, honey.
she gonna be saving something. I don't know what it's gonna be, but somebody gonna get saved that day. All right,
so all your kids is grown, D?
All of my kids are grown. All of my
How
kids
old
are
are
grown.
you?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I am 44, sir.
Wow,
you did not have to disclose that information.
I asked him, Doreen.
Anyway.
Jeez, I asked him, Doreen.
I'm just playing. I'm just going with the theme here.
Look, as the show grows, people are going to find more and more information out about you. So
you don't look a day over 43.
I'm gonna tell you the truth before somebody else can tell you a lie. So
get ahead of the story.
All right, so
get ahead of the story.
All right. So I'm gonna move on to the next question. So we have just had Mother's Day, and in having Mother's Day, there's a very interesting question that's been going around, and I would love to hear your opinion on this question. Should a man get a gift for his mom and his baby mama if they're not together, or should he just get a gift for the mom of his children and not his mom? I want to know, what do you guys think about that? All right, Kay Arnold, we're gonna go to you first on this one.
I'm going to say the mother of the child. Technically, you didn't impregnate your mom. She's your mom, and whoever impregnated her, your dad, should be getting her, in my opinion. But I respect the fact that if I was dating somebody that did both, I respect that because it's traditionally we all get our moms. Once we're grown, we all get our moms a gift. But hypothetically speaking, I think whoever you're responsible of making a mother, I think that's the one, even if y'all not together anymore. Just a respect thing. Like, if nothing else, you respect that she did follow through with your child, with your seed.
Okay, I can definitely understand that. I can get that. All right, Adrian, what do you have to say about this?
Yeah. I don't know about that whole respect that she did follow through, because some fellas is upset that the mama followed through with having that child. But I'm just being real. But no, in my own opinion, I'm always gonna get my mom something for Mother's Day because she held it down. You know what I mean? Like, even with, well, as a single father and stuff like that, when that time was, she helped me with my kids and everything else. And I would definitely make sure that the mother of my children had something, even if we're not together, have something for Mother's Day. You know, presented to her from the kids. But it was like back in my single days, man, when I was macadocious. I used to get every female that I messed with that had a kid. I used to get her a Mother's Day gift. You know what I mean? Just
Oh.
just showing what a real man do. You feel me?
Right.
Man, it ain't tricking if you got it. But I didn't have it, so it was tricking.
Okay, cool.
Oh my God. I can definitely understand that. I can
Yeah, I
understand.
can respect it.
All right, Miss Doreen Devine, what do you think about that?
Oh man, okay, voice of reason. I don't know how many women that was, but okay.
I'm not going to disclose that number.
I feel like the gift is contingent upon the activity or how involved the mother is. So if the child is staying with their father and the mother is not involved, then I do not think that they should give them a Mother's Day card, gift, anything. I'm not even sure if they should give them a text message, blow a smoke signal, anything like that. And if your mom wasn't around, although you are supposed to honor your mother and your father, but if your mother wasn't around, I don't think that you have to give them a gift either. But if everybody's been ride or die, and what do you say, he was macadocious? If the female is taking care of
You better say
her
it.
business, then I think that they should receive a gift. So I think it's just all about the action. If you are actively involved, then you receive a gift. If you are not, then you need to just buy your own Mother's Day gifts, I guess.
Okay.
I like the way
All right,
these women think. Mm-hmm.
I know that sounds weird coming from me, but I really don't think that they have to. I don't think women are entitled to a gift if you are not involved in the child's
Right.
life.
That's good.
Understood.
All right. When
You better
say
be
not
like, I gave my
involved,
life to Christ. I'll try to give it too. Shit.
as you can see, the voice of reason is over here trying to get a date while we're live on the air.
She got all that red on. She got me feeling like the devil.
Oh my God! This that's how you know you family. Everybody is having a good time. I mean, we're having a good time. and we're just talking about things that everybody talks about, but it's the conversations most people are scared to have with certain people. So
Right.
that is why we bring it to you, because we want to have those conversations with you. So feel free at any time you're watching these episodes to type in your questions or anything like that. We will be happy to answer anything that you have to say. So I'm gonna move on to the next question before Adrian over here
Pregnate my girl.
becomes more macadocious to everything that is going on. So we have lost some great artists. We have lost some great people. We've had a lot of people saying that the owners of particular companies should be paying for these funerals. And in paying for the funerals, why should they have to pay for the funerals for one? And then also on top of that, these artists who are passing away, are they leaving a generational wealth to their children so that their kids can actually have something to build upon? So I'm going to go a twofold in this. Should these companies be held responsible for burying certain artists? Or is this something that the family should do? And if the family should do it, is there generational wealth package that should already be involved in that? Because as we know, we want to leave a legacy to our kids when we're no longer here. So can we leave a legacy to our kids to where we don't have to worry about said audience having to pay for it? Adrian, I'm going to go to you first on this
All right. I believe that the record company should pay for the funeral because they've made millions. Whether this person had one album, two, or 20, they've made millions off this artist. So paying for a funeral, I'm in that business. So the money they're making, it's a drop in the bucket. They could pay for that funeral, pay for the repast. They could get them limousines and everything else. You know what I mean? That's nothing compared to the money they're bringing in. Second of all, um, with that being said, it's kind of hard to leave generational wealth for your family and kids if you don't have the business side of it. Because when you're going in that, you're actually borrowing against the stone in the first place. So whenever you get advancements and everything like that, you spend that, and then they're coming back to you like, where's our money? Because they're putting up for publicity, they're putting up for recording, they're putting up for promotion. The only time you're really making money is when you're going on tour, if that. You know what I mean?
one.
So the reality is, yeah, they should be able to pay for that. Then second of all, there should be something set in place for artists when they sign to a major record label that's going to step in and be like, hey, I'm going to be your liaison. I'm going to show you what you need to do with this finance, what you need to look at for these contracts, so that at the end of the day, when you're not getting signed anymore, you're not going to another label, that you can still eat, that your kids can still go to college. You know what I mean? That there's still going to be something left over as somewhat of a retirement plan for you and your family. But in that case, a lot of times that doesn't happen. But if someone does have an untimely death, whether it's murder, suicide, or just natural, the label, if they've made good money and they've been a good artist, they need to pay for that. That's my
Okay.
opinion.
Okay. And I definitely understand that. Kay Arnold, what do you think?
For the first question, as far as funeral goes, funeral expenses, I think that for me, I wouldn't put that on the employer or the label or what have you, unless the artist passed away on the job, passed away doing the job, something affiliated with the job in the act of it. But as far as generational wealth, absolutely, I think I agree with Voice of Reasons that you should have some kind of financial advisor or something to kind of navigate you through this, because a lot of people, even whether it's the everyday Joe or an artist, a lot of people not thinking about stocks and bonds and retirements, 401ks, IRAs, and carrying on, what have you. And so I think it would be wonderful for all employers, whether you're a celebrity or whether you just the ordinary Mo. I think somebody somewhere should definitely step up and pass that financial advice. It shouldn't be no celebrities in the game 30 years and just finding out they committed some kind of tax fraud and what have you. A lot of people going to jail for that. Like financial education is already known that that's not a heavily taught topic knee high on up unless you went to exclusive certain type of schools or lived in exclusive certain type of environments. So if you're going to get these kids out of inner city to entertain and make you some money, the very least you can do is teach them how to budget their money. Like don't be so quick to grow our kids up ahead of what they are just so you can pimp them. You know what I mean? That part right there. Now, yeah, I agree. It goes to the label. I just don't agree with the funeral expenses unless they died in the act. And other than that, somebody somewhere for all them sudden cousins. I'm your cousin on your mama, daddy, baby mama side. You know what I mean? You done got some kind of money. Y'all should be able to scramble together and bury this celebrity. Like most people that get on is going to think about helping their unit, their friends, their cousins, those that was part of the journey. And if I die and I didn't put all y'all on, y'all can't come together with at least $20 a piece and can bury me. You better hope I don't resurrect and haunt you, motherfuckers. All right, Tom, that's my answer on it.
Okay. All right. And I can, again, I can understand that. I can definitely understand that. Ms. Doreen Devine, what do you think?
Okay, so I rock with both of those answers. They have valid points, but I think that if you were part of a record label who paid you in Cadillacs or paid you in Escalades or paid you in things like that and did not actually pay you what you needed to be paid, they absolutely need to pay for the funeral, because I cannot pay for someone's funeral with my Cadillac rims. So you hear a lot of times where people, the TLCs of the world, because they were my favorite girl group. That's aging me. Don't ask me, voice of reason, how old I am. But
I already know how old you are.
they got they got
Jesus told me.
played. So they got played, and I feel like if you are under that type of management, then absolutely you need to pay for somebody's funeral. As far as the generational wealth piece, I think a lot of people forget that generational wealth doesn't just mean your children. That means your great 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 grandchildren. And I feel like not usually our celebrities who look like us come from nothing. They talk about they came out the mud. They talk about they did this, they did that. But if we actually had someone who was actually wealthy, who produced a celebrity, things like that, I think that's how we could make sure the generational wealth is passed on. And I agree with Kay Arnold about they don't teach financial literacy. But I know that even if you get taught financial literacy, if you don't apply it to your life, if you don't have the funds to actually access that knowledge, then you still won't go anywhere. So I feel like America, not for sure how other countries do it, but the Black community is making way less in each household than the white community is. So I feel like if we get the people in the proper places, in the proper sectors, not just in politics, but everywhere, to where we can make sure that our people are benefiting, then that's how we accumulate generational wealth. So that's my
Okay.
answer.
Okay. So it sounds like we need to learn how to better talk to our kids about money. We need to come together as a community and figure out how we can best build our own community without having to rely on other people. But at the same time, as Keanu said, if I'm on the stage and I am hyping up your record label, I am hyping up who you are as a CEO of a company. I should, if I pass away, you should be paying something for me just because I'm helping you. And I can definitely understand it. My opinion on that is, again, it's a twofold. If like Kay Arnold said, if I'm on the stage dancing and I'm hyping it up and I'm doing everything that I can to make sure that your company is making money, yeah, you should at least pay something on the hospital bill. Pay, I don't care if you put $20 on, just pay something on the hospital bill. But
I got 5 on it.
Don't leave my family stranded with the whole thing just because you don't want to spend money to basically either help save my life or put me in the ground. It just all depends on what is going on. So, as you can see, we have talked about 3 different things today. We would love to hear what you have to say about all of them because it's not just our show. It is your show. We're talking about the things that you want to hear about, not those things that everybody else is just throwing out there. I'm not trying to name any stations just because I ain't trying to get sued by nobody. So we're going to talk about those things that matter to you. So with that being said, do anyone have anything to add to any of the conversations that we have had? I'm going to start with you, Doreen Devine. Do you have anything that you would like to add to the conversations we have had?
No, I do not. I love everybody's opinion. I like hearing what you guys have to say, and I'm still not disclosing my age. For some reason.
I already know it. Jesus told me.
I'm gonna get away from that. Kay Arnold, you got anything you want to add?
Yeah, I want to say like a part of me inspired. I like that question, that last question you asked, because I think it kind of sparked off a memory of Swiss Beats at the end of DMX's celebration of life, just pretty much outraged and livid. And he stepped up as a friend opposed to as a in the family business, because Rough Riders was the family business. And he's, as a friend, though, he said, I'm going to make sure my late friend's children are straight. And he advised everybody that was in attendance to the celebration of life to get your wheels together. Now, don't get it twisted. Just because I'm saying on the job, the employer should pay, off the job, whoever I help should help pay. Doesn't mean by any means, piggybacking off what Doreen Devine was saying, doesn't mean by any means I think the departed themselves should exempt responsibility. But I did like what Swiss had to say. And to me, that's a friend. And I mean, because let's be real here. X ain't just got one baby.
Yeah, this is true.
X got a whole tribe. I love him to death. May he rest in peace.
All right, Adrian, what do you have to say?
I agree and respect everybody's opinions too, man, because all of them have valid points. I just look at the whole situation as if that's quote unquote your employer, you go get a job at Ford and General Motors, you know what I mean? They're going to sit aside, whether you're on disability your whole 25, 30 years, they're going to set aside a certain amount of money for your burial, you know what I mean? Right. And whether you retire from that company 10, 15 years when you finally die, you're going to get that money to help pay for your funeral, when you die, because you've given your time. And a lot of times you pretty much selling your soul in the record business because your creativity and the way you carry yourself, period, reflects on you as an artist. When you go into those factories and those companies to work, when you get off, you can do you. But as an artist, the camera, especially if you're famous, the camera's constantly going to be on you. So you're always going to have to be that artist. So I think with all that being said, that's the least they can do. You know what I mean?
Okay. And I can definitely understand that. I agree with all 3 of you. All right. So there you have it. That is the recap. That is what we do. We bring the questions that you have. We answer them as best as we know how. But we also want to hear your opinion on all of this. So with that being said, I want to thank you for tuning in to the very first episode of the recap. Have a great night.
Salutations, y'all.
Peace.